What's up, Inquilitors? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria, and today I'm going to be answering some of your guys' questions. So I'm just going to be using my phone to look at the questions and then writing them down every time I saw someone ask something, so that's why I will be looking down and not at you. So first of all, somebody asked, what's your name? My name is Victoria. I don't know if that was a serious question or not, but hi, I'm Victoria. Nice to meet you. Do you have any hobbies? Well, currently, I guess this is my hobby since I don't make enough money for it to be a career. I'm a student, so that's sort of my occupation. And in my spare time, I write music, I write stories. I like to go hiking as well, and just to be out in nature, and reading, of course. How can I be a beta reader? Okay, so this is one that has been asked frequently on my all about my novel video that I made. I am going to be doing an update about that in the coming weeks, but in the meantime, I haven't finished it yet, so you can't be a beta reader yet. But when I do finish it, I think what I'm going to do is ask you guys to send me emails if you're interested. My email is posted on all of my videos, and then when those emails come to me, then I will then send my book back to you with a form to fill out for each chapter, kind of thing. But I will cross that bridge when I come to it. Can you do a song for a lead? I mean, I don't see why not. I have nothing planned currently. I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna wait till the last book comes out because I suspect more things will develop in that relationship. So I kind of want to get a little bit more since I wasn't super inspired after the last book. I mean, I liked them, but I didn't like it. There was no song that came out of it, so I have nothing planned currently, but in the future, who knows? Can you do a song about Elena and Lucian? Same deal. I have nothing planned currently. I don't know what to make of their relationship, to be honest. Like, and maybe that's what the song needs to be, because they don't know what to make of it either. But like currently, I enjoyed the dynamic in the book, but I don't really ship them. Don't shoot me for saying that. Yeah. So I always kind of liked Elaine and Azrael better, but I know that's going against the mating bond, so I don't know. But I have no song planned for them because I feel as lost as they do. Do you have any songwriting advice? Yes, I do. I actually made a video on it, so I will link that below. Check it out. It's called 5 Tips to Improve Your Songwriting. Do you have a favorite brand of musical instrument? Brand? I have no idea. I'm a broke student, so my guitar was a gift from my father, and my piano was a gift from both my parents, so I just have what they bought me. Actually, I have no idea what the guitar is. The piano, I think, is Sony. It's just like a keyboard. But yeah, sorry, I'm not a good person to ask that. Can I write something based on your music? Okay, this is a question I get asked frequently. Can you write a story using my lyrics, or can you do art with my songs, any of this stuff? The answer is absolutely, positively, yes, every single time. I think that is amazing. Like, if I can inspire you to do something creative, that's just gives me the warm fuzzies. Yeah, I mean, ideally I'd like you to credit me, like if you quote me exactly, maybe just put my name in there somewhere or a link somewhere, but like, do what you gotta do. I love it. Are you planning on writing a song based on the first time Aylan played piano for Rowan? Yes, I am. I need to go reread that scene. I have a few sort of piano melodies, a few kind of piano melodies in mind that I've sort of been tinkling with, but I'm not sure which one fits best for that scene. So sometime in the coming months, I plan to reread actually all the books so that I can, first of all, prepare for the last one, but second of all, kind of rehash sorry, the lighting's really weird in here, remember their relationship and kind of where they're at during that scene. And anyway, so yes, I do plan to do that at some point in my life. What is your favorite book in the Throne of Glass series? Definitely Heir of Fire. They're all great. How can you choose? But Heir of Fire, I just loved so much. I think because it was less romantic. And not that I have a problem with romance, but just in terms of like everything that Aylan had suffered at that point, I just feel like focusing on herself was the necessary plot. And especially since this is when we kind of see her transform from sort of the woman in hiding to her real queenly self. So I thought it was very powerful. And yeah, it was more about her own journey rather than like, although it is about her relationship with Rowan, but at that point it's not romantic. It's just about like having a real friend to help you through a hard time. So that is definitely my favorite. Plus she gets her fire magic back. It's like, yes. It becomes more like the fantasy that I love with lots of magical shenanigans. Who makes the backgrounds for your lyric videos? The ones that are like the little silhouette figures are usually, I Photoshop them. I do what's called a Creative Commons search, which it brings up a bunch of images which are licensed for reuse, even commercially. So it means I can't get busted for copyright. And then I just Photoshop them together. So I'll find a background that I think fits the scene, and then I'll try to find some silhouette images that fit the scene. If they're not quite right, then I'll Photoshop them so they look different. Anyway, so I do those ones. The ones that actually look like real art, so on, I think, the Alive video, Burning Heart, and Tell Me Where It Hurts, those are all done by actual artists. So for Alive and Tell Me Where It Hurts, I just contacted the artists and said, I love your art, would it be possible for me to use it? For Burning Heart, I love the art. I could not find for the life of me who did it, so I just used it. And if you know the artist, let me know, because I would love to credit them, or at least get their permission. I feel a little bad about that, but I tried, I'm sorry. In your video descriptions, you say you are an aspiring author. What sort of pieces do you write? I think this was on Instagram and somebody actually answered this for me, but mostly I write fantasy and mostly I write young adult. I have written a little bit of historical fiction and as well as some more contemporary stuff, but my true love is fantasy, and I love YA because I love how many people it reaches. I really think reading is so powerful and very important for young people, especially as media takes over. And actually I was reading recently, this article was talking about how the rise of the internet world has changed the way young people's minds function, so attention spans are shorter, and they're very good at processing lots of information quickly, but not good at prolonged depth of thought. And so I feel like reading is a really good way to kind of combat this movement. And so anything that I can do to help young people love reading is something that I want to be a part of, because I love reading and I think it's coming to be a lost art in many ways. And so that's why I love YA, because it is thriving despite this change in our culture. If you could live with one Sarah J. Maas character for the rest of eternity, who would it be and why? This is an excellent question. Terribly, I think I want to say none of the above, because they're all kind of assholes. Like, I don't know, I love them dearly and they're wonderful characters to read, but like, I don't know, they're all like slightly sociopathic. Anyone comfortable just murdering someone, even if it's for an end, I don't know if I'd want to be stuck with forever. Like, especially Aylan, can you imagine you do like one thing to piss her off and like, oh, you're dead. Like, I'm gonna say Fleetfoot, that seems like a safe answer. Did you like Tower of Dawn? I loved Tower of Dawn. Oh my gosh. I was thinking of actually making a whole video on this. Let me know if you'd want to see that. Because I kind of went into it feeling like I wouldn't like it, because Kaol, I never disliked him. Like, he gets a lot of hate online, and I was never like hating him. I just thought he was kind of bland, I guess. Like, I did ship him with Selena initially, at least over Dorian, but I never thought he was that interesting of a character, and so I was thinking a whole book from his perspective would be really dull. And to be honest, I did find the Kaol, bits not the most interesting, but oh my gosh, Nezrin and Sartak, they need their own freaking book. Like, that whole side plot was like one of the greatest things I have read recently. I just loved the world, the birdies and the spiders. Like, oh my gosh, it was so good. It was like going back to the fantasy of my childhood that I loved, and it was so unique and different and like extensive, and oh yes, that was very unexpected, and I just adored it so much. I wish that like they had their own series. I would have read them. Like, forget the rest of them, just give me that. No, I do, obviously I love the rest, but Oh my goodness. I think that was, I mean, I have to reread the other ones because then I'll be reminded of my love for them. But currently, I'm just like, oh, they should just be, like, just, I want to read that series. Like, give me that. I'm tired of Aylan. But I'm not really. I love her. She's bae. But, like, yeah. I guess because I just finished it recently, I'm on the high of, like, oh, that was so good. So, yes, I did really like it. What are some upcoming songs you're making, and who is your favorite character from Throne of Glass? Okay, 2 very different questions. Some upcoming songs that I'm making. I have 2 Nezrin songs on the way. There's like 2 scenes where she sings, or maybe there's more. I forget. Anyway, I have 2 in the works. The melodies are planned out. I have not a lot of lyrics because I found with both of, like, when she sings, there's not a lot to go off of because it's not a feeling. It's like an old folk song she knows or something, and there's very little detail given. So that's taking me longer than anticipated, but I do have those in the works. I also have a Cal and Mare from the Red Queen series song kind of in the works. I know I've been saying I'm going to be doing Red Queen for ages, but I've just been so obsessed with Sarah J Maas, so I haven't really gotten to it. But I have, like, sort of the first verse planned and, like, where that's going. I'm reading them again, so I'm on Glass Sword right now, to remind myself of what in the world is going on in that series. So yeah, that's also happening. There are a few others, but it's too early yet to really say, so I'm not going to spoil it. Keep watching. So who my favorite character is? They're all so lovely. Why do you make me choose? I found Lysandra really interesting, and Manon, obviously, I love. But all the badass ladies. But Rowan's also great. And I like Dorian a lot, too. Dorian, in the beginning, I thought was like, ugh, stop with being the, like, handsome, just go away. Like, been there, done that. But he's had a lot of bad shit happen, and, like, still loves people who have hurt him, and I just think that's lovely. So he's growing on me a lot. I don't know if he's my favorite, but I think he might be up there now. What programs do you use to record your songs and to make the lyric videos? I'm really technologically challenged and really broke, so I use GarageBand for my songs, which came with my laptop, and I use iMovie for my videos, which also came with my laptop. So that's why the quality is not always great, because I'm doing everything myself in my bedroom on my laptop on these programs. What court from ACOTAR do you think you would belong to, and why? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've actually thought about this extensively, and I cannot for the life of me decide. I mean, okay, I have decided that I'm just gonna make my own, which has an influence of 3 of them, because, let me explain, I can't choose. So, my first instinct is to say Night Court, which I know is cliche and everybody wants to be part of the Night Court because that's sort of the main, where the series is based. But, like, genuinely speaking for me, I love night. Ever since I was a kid, I cannot stand the daytime because the sun is out and it irritates me. I don't know what it is, but, like, the feeling of the sun on my skin just makes me so angry, which is very odd, I'm aware, and, like, it hurts my eyes, and I just, get me out of it. Like, summer is death for me. And so night, I love night. I've always loved the stars. The moon makes me feel all warm and tingly and alive. I don't know. It's like, so weird, but, like, I love the night sky. I love to be under it. I love to not have the sun glaring in my face. Like, my family actually calls me, like, their little cave troll, so you get the picture. I don't do sunshine. That's why I want to say Night Court. But then I keep thinking, and I go, okay, but personality-wise, Day Court, you know? I'm not a huge sun fan. I don't like the day, but, like, the libraries, it's where it's at, you know? Reading. My degree is in medieval history. They're the keepers of the history or the magic or whatever, some shit like that, I forget, but, like, the scholarly ones, and I'm like, okay, but that's kind of me, so, like, maybe I'd be there. But then I'm also, like, in terms of climate, like, if we're talking about climate and not light, Winter Court, because I'm all about the ice and snow. I never get cold, except for one time when I was in Iceland and we got stuck in a blizzard and it was, like, minus 25, and I was wearing sweatpants and some sort of fleece vest. Then I was cold. But other than that, I don't feel the cold. Yes, and I feel most alive when it's cold. I love the snow. I love the idea of big hearths and Christmas trees and sleighs and bears, and maybe it's because I'm Canadian. I don't know. So those three I feel like suit me the best. So then I was like, I'm gonna make my own court where it's up north in the glacial Arctic environment, and there's large hearths with warm fires, but then there's gonna be giant libraries, and it's gonna be night eternally. So basically, I just need to move to the Arctic in the winter when there's no sunshine and build myself a castle full of books. Life goals right there. So the question I get asked most frequently, and which is in the title of this video, congrats for making it this far without the answer you were looking for, is can I make a song for Manon and Dorian? So the answer is both yes and no. I'm not opposed to the idea, but at this point I'm completely lacking in inspiration. And let me explain. When I was reading the series, I thought that Manon was asexual, just like had no interest in that kind of human rubbish, don't feel, all this kind of stuff. Not that asexual people don't feel, but like from her perspective, the romantic aspect and even the sexual aspect was like, nope, it's just a tool to be used for me to do my job. And then that started to change, and I thought, okay, well, maybe she's actually a lesbian, because there was just a lot of talk about like human men are weak and gross, and not to say that lesbians think that men are weak and gross, but just like it didn't make sense for her to be interested in one with the kind of thought processes she was going through. So when her and Dorian started their thing, for me it felt really dishonest to her character up to that point. And I'm not one of those people that, you know, is gonna get mad at the author for saying, you didn't do what I wanted you to do, because it's their work and they imagine it, and so clearly I was wrong and what I read into the book is not what the author intended. But it just means that I have no current inspiration for a song for them, because it didn't really make sense in my brain. So I am open to the idea. I'm waiting for the end of the series, because I'm sure that there's going to be more explored in the last book, and then maybe by the end, since, you know, Sarah is the master of toying with our emotions, I will be more engaged and obsessed with them too. So the answer for now is no, I'm not planning on making a song for them, but that's not to say I won't ever. It's just to say right now I don't really get it, I don't really ship them, and yeah, I'm open to that changing in the future. So there you have it. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I know that a lot of you have been wanting a song for them. So yeah, maybe one day, fingers crossed. That's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, leave a comment below with any video ideas or further questions you might have. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel. This term I will be putting out new videos every Saturday. I do a variety of book talks and reviews and original music, mostly music, but you know, this channel has become pretty much my way of blurbing whatever's in my brain, so hopefully that's something you enjoy. Anyway, love you guys, see you next time, bye!